Hey guys, it's Christine. Welcome here to today's video. I'm going to be sharing with you our 2023 grade 3-ish homeschool curriculum choices. So today I'm sharing with you the curriculum that I've chosen for my son for this school year. We begin our school year in February and it runs through to November/December. So that is why I'm sharing my choices now. We also break things down into six-week terms with a week break between them. Not that that matters too much in this video, but I'm just giving you kind of like an outline of how we do things. My son will be 7 going on 8 when we start the school year. So his birthday's in March. So it's kind of like the beginning of our school year. And so he's in grade 3, but he definitely straddles grade 2 and grade 3. So I'm going to share with you what I'm planning on using with him for this school year. And I'm excited for this school year. Let's get started. These are his individual subjects. So we also do group subjects, which covers like literature, science, history, read louds, all that kind of stuff. And I would have done a video for that already, so you can go ahead and check that out. I'll have it hopefully linked for you here. So these are just the individual subjects he will be doing on his own. First up is Handwriting from The Good and the Beautiful. This is level 3. He completed level 2 last year and he did really well with that. My kids have enjoyed Handwriting from The Good and the Beautiful. And this year is the first year he's going to be doing cursive. So that is going to be interesting. I've heard that cursive is actually better for kids who have dyslexia. And my son is certainly not a diagnosed dyslexic, but he does have some tendencies. And I think that I've always treated him as if he were because of that, just to make life easier for all of us. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how he does with this. So they use like a rainbow method for teaching the order of how to form your letters. So that's going to be exciting for him to do this year. We're going to be continuing with All About Spelling. This is level 1. He's already over halfway through this book. And so we're going to complete this and then probably move on to level 2 this year. I haven't purchased that yet because I wanted to just wait and see how things go. But we've enjoyed this. He's done well with it. And so I think we will continue to use that next year for his spelling, because in the language arts program that we use, the spelling just wasn't working for him well last year. And so we didn't use that, and we used that instead, and I think it's working, so I'm going to continue with it. So the next thing we're going to do is language arts from The Good and the Beautiful. This is their level 2. This is the updated level 2. And I really meant to say this in my group subjects video, but last year we did like picture study and composer study and all that kind of stuff. And I felt like I didn't need to because their language arts covers a lot of that stuff. So we're going to keep it simple this year and just let my kids use it from their language arts curriculums. So he did really, really well with the updated level 1. And we actually switched last year. He was on the old version and we switched to the new version. And so this year we're starting fresh with the brand new level 2 language arts from The Good and the Beautiful. His reading has come along so well. I've been like very impressed. So the level 2 comes with these reading booster cards, which he also did last year with their level 1. They work really, really well, like those. And then also the read alouds. These are shared readers in the sense that I read some and then he reads some in the stories. So there's Molly and the Falcon, and there's also Wesley and the Wolves. And those are the 2 shared readers that he's going to be going through. And then he is going to be doing Math 3 from The Good and the Beautiful. So he did really well with level 2 last year. We had lots of fun with that. And so we're continuing with Math level 3. This looks like a small book. It's because I bound it in 2 halves. So I have the other half sitting up on the bookshelf because it was just really thick. And so actually didn't have a binding coil that was thick enough to bind them both. So decided to split them into 2 halves, and I'm looking forward to doing this with him. This is the last year he'll be using a manipulatives kit. Next year the videos start, and I've got to say I'm really excited about it because I do so much hands-on like group subjects with my kids. I really enjoyed them getting more independent with these subjects. So he's going to be there's going to be a little bit less teaching from me in math next year. But this year, I'm going to enjoy this with him. I've got the math box somewhere. It's sitting on my shelf. And we're going to have fun with that. So that's his math. So math, handwriting, spelling, language arts. The last thing is literature. So we did not do a specified literature curriculum last year. My son has I don't want to say he's like a struggling reader. He struggled to catch on initially. He's doing really, really well now. And I think a lot of it was just developmental. And I didn't want to like push it on him and just completely ruin reading for him. And so I've just waited. But I feel like this year he's really ready. And he's ready to do more like independent reading. That's not including me listening to him. So he will still do read alouds to me as part of the Good and the Beautiful, but this is going to be his independent reading. And this is from Sonlight. So I have the grade 2 readers from Sonlight. This is their instructor's guide. It tells you exactly how much they need to read from each book each day. And I chose the 4-day program. So for 4 days a week, he has got independent reading to do. And this is the pile of readers that he's going to be going through this year. So he's got the Beginner's Bible, which he doesn't actually read all the way through this, but he will read a good chunk of it. And I think he's going to have a lot of fun with that. There is Pompeii Buried Alive, Owl at Home, Frog and Toad Are Friends, Mouse Tales, Greg's Microscope, Frog and Toad All Year, Amelia Bedelia, Nate the Great, The Titanic, and Frog and Toad Together. So those are all the books that he's going to be reading through this year. And yeah, I think it's going to do a lot of good for him. I think it's going to encourage a love of reading, and I think it's going to really boost his confidence. So yeah, I'm excited about that for him. And we had a really good year last year, and so I think that's just given me renewed confidence to go forward this year with him and just see how much he's capable of. And yeah, it's going to be great because we're doing a lot of the same and then just adding in a little bit of extra stuff on the side. I'm basically sticking with everything we used last year and just adding a bit more. But that's it. We're not really making any big changes to his core curriculum as far as like math and language arts. We're sticking with the same thing because if it works, we're going to keep going with it. So feel free to ask me any questions down below about what we're using and like thoughts behind it and stuff like that. I'm more than happy to hear from you. I might get the question of like, why didn't you use more of the Good and the Beautiful readers? Obviously I really enjoy the Good and the Beautiful, but I preferred the book choice from Sonlight. Yeah, I just do. I feel like it's just a little bit more well-rounded and a bit of all sorts, and so I picked that for Jack, and that's what he's going to use this year, and I think it's going to be loads of fun. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
The world had more of your smile. What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.